Hey guys, welcome to episode 6 of Ask OmegaDef NES, in which I ask my inside man OmegaDef something about the NES. OmegaDef, I'm wondering, what is The Legend of Zelda?
Hey, you. Come on over here and fight like a man.
That's a great question, Eric Bailey. I'm glad you asked. Hi, I'm 15-time world record holder and a man authorities once called a person of interest in the 1993 disappearance of Mario, OmegaDef. So, what is The Legend of Zelda? I'm sure you've played or at least seen this legendary video game. Maybe you were the first kid on your block to conquer the second quest. Perhaps you're even Chris Houlihan. But do you know the legend? Your older brother told you that if you beat the game in under a half hour, Link undresses and you find out he's a teen wolf. And he just might be, because you'll never be able to confirm or deny this. Look, I've never held back the truth in dispensing top secret and classified information for you. And guess what? This is one of the biggest secrets of them all. It's not even classified! You've had 25 years now to read the instruction manual for the Adventures of Link. And if you find yourself asking some dude in a stolen submarine 23,000 leagues beneath the sea, a man who could answer any question in the entire universe, then I'm guessing you squandered your 25 years. It's cool. Just remember, nobody knows we're friends. So for starters, I'm sure you know the obvious. The legend is eternal, and it repeats forever throughout time. Roughly every 3 or 4 years, a terrible evil descends upon the kingdom of Hyrule. You know this badass demonic pig dog is Ganon, but long ago, even he was once a man. Ganondorf, a man with hopes and dreams, just like you. A lot of people thought he was pretty brave and super cool. He might have been a thief, but that didn't define him. He saw the bigger picture. And he came to the conclusion that if all the legends he had heard growing up were true, then the gods had given a great gift to all the people of Hyrule, a triforce of wisdom, courage, and power. And this great power was being hoarded by one man, the benevolent king of Hyrule. His family had been in possession of the triforce for ages. Ganondorf finally had cracked the secret Masonic codes and symbols of the Hyrulean royal family. It would take a little infiltrating, but he had a plan. He was going to liberate the Triforce from the royal oppressors, and thereby liberate all the people in the kingdom of Hyrule. Posing as an occult practitioner, he easily was granted access and quickly gained favor with the king as a trusted advisor. You see, the king actually secretly was a devout Luciferian, and he had used the Triforce to create the world in his image. While it was generally accepted to be a normal place, it wasn't. All the people were trapped in a world the way one man saw it. They had been robbed of their free will. And while Ganondorf didn't want the world to be evil, he realized that the people of Hyrule deserved to have a choice in their own path. After all, it was a choice the gods had given them, and no man had the right to usurp or deny it. The greedy king was really old, and before long he totally died. He was so selfish, in fact, that he broke the Triforce into 3 pieces, and only gave 1 piece of the Triforce to his son, the prince. The now new king, every bit as evil and selfish as his father, had decided that he was going to put the Triforce together. Once again, seizing his opportunity, trusted family advisor Ganondorf had told a tale to the new king. He whispered that while the former king had never told his son the whereabouts of the Triforce, he had in fact told his daughter, Princess Zelda. The 2 men rushed off to see her, and to Ganondorf's surprise, right in front of him, he saw the king choking the life out of his own sister, Princess Zelda, a confession never uttered. By the time the guards came in, he had blamed Ganondorf for this heinous crime. The king, using his own knowledge of the dark arts and his 1 piece of the Triforce, had cast a curse on Ganondorf. From then on, everyone in the world would view him as a hideous monster Ganon. Any revolutionaries who chose to follow this man would be perceived as evil creatures as well. In an act of overcompensation, the king put his sister on a pedestal where she slept forever frozen in time, and decreed that all female children born into the royal family bear the name Zelda as a tribute to his sister. He also asked his servant Impa to find a naive young man who could violently murder his sworn enemy Ganon. See, every 3 or 4 years also comes along Link, a left-handed boy without a family who's haunted by a shadow doppelganger. One day he threw on his green coat and wandered the over and underworld over looking for fragments of wisdom. He frequently broke pots and committed arson out of the frustration he felt as he searched the world for the pieces of his missing broken heart. Now, Link had to murder every monster that he saw. Unfortunately, though, as we learned earlier, perception is not always reality, and so Link killed many, many good men, all puppet-mastered by an evil king who had pitted him against his own enemies. Either Ganon, Link, or both would be vanquished, but either way, the rebellion would be crushed nonetheless. At this point, whether or not Princess Zelda ever awoke was irrelevant, for the new king had won. And that is the Legend of Zelda. So here's a pro tip from OmegaDef. Next time, maybe stop and talk to an Octorok. It might be a Cubert trying to help you out. And before you go racing off to challenge or question this origin, just remember who writes the history books. Me. 25 years. What have you been reading?
OmegaDef? OmegaDef?